Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Hollow Knight Silksong. I've got quite a lot to say, so I've decided to split this introduction into its own video, so if you just want to see gameplay, feel free to skip this one entirely. So, first of all, what is Silksong? Well, it's the sequel to Hollow Knight, the last game that I Let's Played for this channel. In fact, it's quite a remarkable coincidence. I finished my Hollow Knight Let's Play, and then, out of the blue, Team Cherry announced that Silksong was nearly finished, and the release was, at the time, 2 weeks away. So, very lucky on my part with the timing, really. I am actually recording this introduction video at the end after finishing the Let's Play of Silksong, which I've been working on over the past couple of months, ever since the game was released. I started playing it on day one so that I could avoid spoilers. And I'm going to be uploading this Let's Play, one video per day, as per usual. I am not going to reveal in advance how many episodes it is, but I will say that this is a larger, harder, and longer game than Hollow Knight. I first discovered Hollow Knight through a Let's Play by my friend Alex Dina, and soon after decided to get the game for myself, played through it, really fell in love with it. I think it's pretty much the only modern game that I enjoy as much as I've enjoyed the classics. Those who've followed this channel for a while will know that I mostly post content about older games, Repton, BBC Micro, that kind of thing. But yeah, I loved Hollow Knight, which is, of course, the reason I decided to do the Let's Play of the first game. But because of the way I discovered it, I didn't really have the same experience of going into it blind. So, since we'd heard for a long time that Silksong was in development, I've been really looking forward to this opportunity to do a completely blind Let's Play of the game, because I've viewed a lot of Let's Plays. It's one of the main things I do in my free time. I find blind Let's Plays to be a lot more entertaining. It's just a completely different style. So, in the Hollow Knight Let's Play, I was able to show off where everything is, the way around the game, how to good strategies for defeating some of the bosses, that kind of thing. The kind of knowledge that I have of the game through having played it for years now. And with Silksong, it's going to be completely different. There have been trailers before the release, and I purposefully avoided watching them so as to know as little going into the game as possible. Obviously, that is going to make this a quite different viewing experience, so I would just ask, please bear in mind, as I play through this, I'm not going to know my way around the game. I'm not going to know good strategies. I'm going to be getting used to bosses that I'm meeting for the first time. Things will take a lot of tries, and there are parts especially towards the end, where I decided not to show all the attempts on camera and to do judicious cuts. But in general, for each boss or difficult challenge, you will get to see the preliminary attempts as well as the eventual success. And as well as that, there will be a lot of not knowing the best way around the map, missing things that may seem obvious to the viewer or are obvious in retrospect. So, I'm just saying, please be nice to me about all that. But also, bear in mind, of course, that I have finished the entire Let's Play. It's all recorded now, so don't leave the sort of comment advising me about things I've missed. There's really no point. I did eventually find everything in the game, and what I didn't find by myself, at the end, I did get a little bit of help with finding the last few things. Anyway, if you watched the Hollow Knight Let's Play, you might remember the character of Hornet, who is one of the early game bosses, and quite a memorable character as she made a few appearances throughout the game. Hollow Knight was originally funded by a Kickstarter, and one of the stretch goals was to make DLC for the game that would have Hornet playable. It was originally, I think, planned to have her playable as a mode of the original game itself, and over the course of development it ended up being split off into the separate game that we have now. It was in development for a long time. It's become quite infamous on the internet. There have been a lot of jokes about, will this ever get released? X and Y got released before Silksong, etc. So it's an amazing feeling to have it finally here, and I really hope that through this Let's Play I'll be able to share, not just the gameplay, but also my genuine feelings and reactions as I go through the game for the first time. Being able to have and share that experience is, for me, a big part of why it was so important for me to remain unspoiled about the game. Obviously, it took me a long time to get through the game. It is long. So by the time I finished, there were a lot of people who'd got to the end ahead of me, and a lot of information was going around on the internet. But I did manage to stay away from it all, and I just want to say a special thanks to Mathulu, a Hollow Knight streamer whose community I've been part of for a long time. That community has just been so great about enabling those who wanted to remain unspoiled for the first experience of the game. Your support has been invaluable and wonderful. I think that is about all that I want to say for this introductory video, so I'm going to stop here and we're going to get in and enjoy the game. Thank you.